it should. So I think it already did. I think people could actually hear it. Well, hello everyone. Uh, Wait, let me just unmute on Discord. Now we're live on Discord and on YouTube. That's sweet. Welcome, Mike. Long time no see. Glad to be on the podcast again. How have you been?
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Looking forward to spring and warm weather
Sweet.
and yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm looking forward to that too. It's getting warmer. So yeah. All right, welcome everyone. After the chit chat about weather, we can maybe move on to some topics. Just give
Yeah.
me a moment. I will need to do some technical stuff. But until then, until we start, you can say hi in the chat, and I'll create. Actually, I don't want to create. I just want to make sure that everything works correctly. So let me just do a quick check of some stuff. Just technical. See if you can hear us. See if everything is all right. But everything seems to be fine. All right. Let's
Looking good.
start. Yeah. All right. Just wanted to make sure that the promo code that we have at the bottom of our page is actually correct. Because I wasn't sure. Wait, just a couple of seconds more. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure that it works. All right, everything should be fine. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. At the bottom of the screen, you might see join the upcoming workshop. So I'm doing another one in less than 2 weeks, actually, and for the first time, finally, I have been people reaching out to me telling me, "Hey, the workshop, like it's nice, but it's not affordable for me because I'm in this country, that country, and it's just way too high. It's practically half of my salary or something like that. That can happen, like in various countries. So what I did, I introduced dynamic pricing, which will be applied according to the country you are in. So if you are living in a country that's where the 500 euro price tag is a little too high, then you can apply a discount. In addition to that, if you use the promo code that's below, you can get another 10% off of that. So that should be a sweet deal. Uh, hopefully,
Nice.
yeah. Hopefully, I can see you like the uh, being on a solo career. I need to think about think about the bills, but honestly, the fun we are having on workshop, that's like why I do it primarily. Because if that wasn't fun, I would probably invest my time somewhere else. But this is a time well spent for me and hopefully for you. So yeah, feel free to join. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, let's get to the topic at hand.
Cool.
So I teased a little bit at the description of the live stream that we will be building a plugin today. Not sure if we
Yeah.
want to jump right into that, right away into that, or we want to do some other stuff like the news. Although it seems like there were not like groundbreaking news since we last time talked on live stream, and I mean no news in
Yeah.
terms of like what's happening in Cyprus.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean there was a release or two. I think we're up to what version are we at now?
12.8. That's the
Yeah.
version we are at right now, and yeah, I can do a little screen share so we can just take a peek into the change log. Where's the change log? Change log. Yeah, here it is. Let's take a look. So not much has changed. A significant update came yesterday in terms of this intercept, so you can actually pass log false, and it will not your intercept, your XHR thing will not appear on the timeline, which is funny because just recently I made a plugin, XHR toggle, which basically does the same thing, only it does it in UI. So you get this button and you can turn off the visibility of those XHR lines. But in here you can sort of pass it into the intercept and just don't log them. So potentially you could go intercept all of the requests and don't log anything, to hide them all. But I don't believe there's a UI button anywhere. So if you want that, you can have that using my plugin. There's even an option to like hide it by default, so you can do that. But
So did your plugin come? Was your plugin published before this
yep,
release?
it was before. It was before.
So I think it's safe to say that your plugin was an inspiration for that change, right?
I don't think so. It has a issue. Let me see when was that issue opened. It was in like 2020, so no. No, that's not a thing. But yeah, like when I released it, we had an ambassador meeting like a couple of days after, and then I saw this like, hey, this is something that's going to be released soon, and I was like, hey, what the hell? But then I realized it is something else. I think you still get value from my plugin. Like even if not, like I don't care that much. It was a fun project. I made it. Coincidentally, it has like 70,000 weekly downloads, so that's fun. But yeah, that's all that is. And yeah, besides that, there's this like new badge, like the debug panel, and there were some minor improvements into that. But I believe that's pretty much it in terms of update.
Yeah.
So let's maybe move on to the main topic of today, and that's plugin.
Well, so before that, I wanted to bring something up. So I noticed that Gleb had a new video that came out about upgrading from like version 9 to version 12 or something like that. And that's actually where I'm at right now. Like we haven't been able to, it just hasn't been a priority to update Cypress to the latest. And so yeah, for one reason or another, we haven't done that. And so I'm curious what in the chat, whatever platform you're watching live, or if you're watching this as a recording, put it in the comments, like what version are you running right now, and why is there any reason why you're on
why
a lower
haven't
version,
you updated
if
yet?
not?
Yeah.
or if you are on the latest, what did you update for? Was there a specific thing where you're just on top of things, you're better than I am, and you're just on top of it and always on the latest?
What's
was
your
there
answer
some
to
particular
that?
fix? My answer, I haven't updated because it hasn't been enough of a reason. Well, okay, so two reasons. One is I went on paternity leave, and so I wasn't even around. And then when I came back, okay, well, it came out before I went on paternity leave, but I was like, I'm not gonna throw this in there right before I go on paternity leave. So and then when I got back, some things changed at the company, and I had different responsibilities and stuff like that, or priorities were shifted around, and so I haven't been able to do it. It's on the list. It's a task, but it hasn't been prioritized. So
yeah, it's a good release though. Like I would definitely suggest you to update, like to invest that time, because it has like some of the biggest updates especially in terms of like querying the command chain and retrying the whole
Mm-hmm.
command. We've been talking about this on the podcast, so I think that
Yeah.
might be it adds a huge value. Like the way of how commands retry now, it's much better with version 12 than it
Mm-hmm.
was before.
Yeah. So something else that is would make that breaking change kind of difficult is that because of the way that querying is done and overrides are done, like I'm overriding
Mm-hmm.
um I
The get
believe I'm
commands,
overriding get and
yeah.
contains and a couple others, um and I don't believe that's allowable anymore. So I'd have to figure out how to get around that. Um so maybe we can do that in a live stream, in a future live stream. I can say, okay, here are my overrides. What can we do?
Yeah,
And maybe there's something there. I don't know.
yeah, we could take a look. I believe the overrides were actually allowed again with 12.7 or 12.8. Not sure if it's like it would probably still need some work as far as I know,
Yeah,
but yeah, it was like completely not allowed, and now it's kind of allowed. So so
kind
that's
of allowed.
kind of allowed. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I also have a lot of things going on in the plugins file too, and obviously that's kind of changing as well between that and the the config, is not a JSON. So yeah, maybe there's something there, and we can go through it. Perhaps there's other people that are also hesitant for the same reason,
Yep.
um, because it's a breaking change. So
It
I
is
don't know.
a big one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
all
cool.
right. Let's write a
Let's
plugin,
move
man.
on. Let's do it. Yeah, this will
Yeah.
be fun.
So
I actually can't see your shared
oh,
screen
right.
on
That's
my
right.
end.
That's right. Sorry. Let me share my screen. Um, the funny thing is that I can like I told you that I have problems with my screen and I cannot see it. When I click on share, I actually see the screen that's like turned off for me. So I don't know what the hell is going on. So I guess I need to share it in order to to see what's going on that screen. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, let's
That is
uh,
weird.
let's do that. Let's just want to make sure that I'm sharing. Okay, I'm sharing, so that's fine. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure that uh, yeah. Let's just first create a folder. I just do it like this on my workshops. What should we call it? So what we want to do um, for the audience to let them know. What we want to do is that before each hook, right, or before
Mm-hmm.
hook, and Mike, actually that was your idea. Maybe you should tell the audience.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of the before each hook titles. So with before and before each, which is it comes from Mocha. It's not original to Cypress, but the first argument to that hook can be a title. And what I like to do is rather than do like if I have a lot of things that I need to do before the test, say like setting up data, if there's like some kind of authentication or something like that, I like to do that all in separate hooks and then have the titles there. So that way I know, okay, this block I'm doing this block I'm doing this, and so on. So that way it's easy to read the test and it's organized. Um, and they're synchronous, so it's going to run in whatever order you call those in. Um, but unfortunately, the title isn't reflected on the command log in the runner. And so one of the things that I actually requested this, I think I was actually working at Cypress when I requested it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah,
So it's been a long time coming. Yeah,
it's been a while. It's been a while, and I kept on saying, one of these days I'm going to write a plugin that's going to add that in, and I just haven't done it.
and
And
that
so
day never came
the day never came until today.
until
Now
today. Yeah.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna take a whack at it now that we have our resident expert at Cypress plugins,
Who's that?
Philip here. That's you, man.
I
That's you.
don't know
You
about
have a
that.
proven track record.
Oh yeah, I've
Oh, you're
written
just
three
being
plugins.
modest. Yeah, and they all have like thousands of weekly, daily downloads or whatever. I would say you know what you're doing.
We'll
So
see. We'll see.
now you're
Let's
gonna
write one.
you're gonna teach us. You're gonna teach us.
All right. So
So
I actually want to. I need a cheat sheet to take a look into my older plugin, like the one that I mentioned, the XHR toggle. Because
mhm.
all right. So as you were talking, I was doing some stuff, and let me move that to another window. And basically, I installed Cypress. I installed TypeScript. I created source folder with a index ts file. So we're going to write this in TypeScript. So in
Mhm.
order for this to work, let's just write a, what should we do? Let's just put a before each hook in here and do cylog and say here. So the way we are going to hook the source, the plugin, into Cypress is that we are going to require that in our E2E folder. Let me clean this up. We don't need this. We don't need the fixtures folder as well. I forgot to save this, so it's acting out. And yeah, but what we need to do when we are in TypeScript is that when we want to run this TypeScript file, we actually need to compile that into JavaScript, and then that file will become the result of our efforts. So the way I do that is that I have this, I have a couple of things in my package JSON. Let me just copy those. I have a couple of scripts, and there's a lot here. Let's just go one by one. And let's say,
Now we could create. Sorry to interrupt. We could create this within our own project, right? And then maybe pull out the code if we wanted to as a separate package. But we're starting off as a package that we can then publish, right?
yes, we want to publish this. So like all these kind of things that are going on here are like connected to publishing. Maybe the lint is not, but we'll get to that later. Let's just do this. So what we are going to be doing in here is that whenever we want to run our command, we're going to type tsc. So that we are going to call TypeScript compiler to basically compile our source code. Command not found. That's weird. So let's do maybe
You can add it
npm
to scripts.
run. It is there. So let's just do npm run build. And what's that going to
Yep.
build? Oh, actually nothing, because I forgot to define the tsconfig. So we need that in order to have a TypeScript project. So what I'm going to do, I'll just copy that from my previous project because I don't want to do all the typing. But yeah, let's do
This
new
is giving
file.
me an idea. This is giving me an idea. What if we have some kind of generator? We can create a generator for creating a plugin.
That would be a lot of work.
We don't have to do that live, but
Oh yeah, okay. Like like a
not
project
saying now,
scaffold would be great for this,
Yeah.
because there's like a lot of things you need to do in order to make that work. And so basically, I'm doing a tsconfig here. Give it about bunch of options for like out directory. So where should the compiled file go to? That will be a dist folder, right? What's the target? Allow whatever, blah blah blah. There's base URL. There's types from where they should be taken, and then like what we want to include when we are compiling our test. Now, I've seen that in my Cypress, I actually also am getting errors. So I need to, so what I'm going to do is to add another tsconfig for this folder, for Cypress folder in here. And I'm adding some type roots from the dist folder here as well. That's going to like all get connected once we run the compiler, but I just wanted to get rid of these errors. I wanted to get rid of these errors, so they're all gone. So let's now try running npm run build, and that's going to create this dist folder, and it's going to create the index.dts, index.js, basically the same code. And now what we are going to be doing is in support folder, I'm going to import this one level up, this dist index JS. Do I need to add JS? Maybe. So now when I save that, you can see
You might even
log,
just be able to
I'm
just
here.
do dist. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm inside the support subfolder inside Cypress. So I need to like go to dist folder in here. So basically what I have done now is I have connected. So I have two things going on here, right? I have the source folder that's over here where we will write our plugin. And then we have Cypress folder with the support e2e.js, and this is importing the compiled version of that plugin. So basically, this is the same thing like when you install a plugin and you go import and the name of the plugin, but this time we're just referencing a local file.
Yep.
So
so it's loading and it's executing whatever's in there, whatever's
exactly
in the index.
Exactly. So
right?
I just put a before each with the CY log. I'm here, and you can see everything is nicely hooked together. Now,
Cool.
the great way to develop anything is to have a watch mode. So I have this build script that will just do build TSC, but there's also build watch with the TSC with the watch thing. So let's do build watch, and that's going to keep on running. And whenever we go back to index and say, let's say, just add a wave emoji in there. Hey, here is it. Then it's going to, when I save it, you can see it has recompiled and we see the emoji in here.
Nice.
So that's
I love
sweet.
this because you're showing us not only how to make a plugin, but also the development process.
Yep.
Right.
And that's a big part of that.
I love this.
That's a big part of that. And I strongly believe, like we got a lot of testers in audience. I strongly believe like the best thing you can do in order to improve your testing game is to start coding. Like you get so many insights you wouldn't get otherwise. And I kind of see now the appeal and popularity of Cypress, mostly among developers, because it just fits, right? So whenever I change my source code, right, I can just hit save and it's going to rerun my test and I see the feedback whether everything is going okay or not.
Yep.
So
love it.
So now what we want to do, basically I put a really lame name for this. So Cypress Mocha Hooks titles. I don't know. It is what it does, but maybe we can come up with a better name. And we can add a bunch of keywords that might be nice. So Cypress, let's do before and before each. Should we do after and after each as well?
Sure.
We'll see how this goes. Yeah, after each.
Yeah.
Mocha. I think that's enough.
Mocha. Yep. I think this is good. I think this is good too because, we can also understand that as we're putting something together, it's not going to be perfect right at the onset.
Yep.
Right. Like in this field, for the most part, there's a strong focus on shipping, on actually getting a product out the door and not having a perfect title, for example. you know. And I think in all of us, there's a tendency or a temptation to try to give it a perfect title, to make it look
Yeah.
pristine, and then that ends up delaying the the actual delivery of whatever it is you're trying to do. And so I think, yeah, this is good that we're kind of showing that it's not going to be perfect at the beginning, but we can work on that. We can give it a fancy title when we're nearly done.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a
Uh,
visit.
yeah, so we have a visit. There's not like much going on here. We don't actually need the visit. Like the goal of our plugin is to add logs for our before and before each hooks. So let's add that.
Mm-hmm.
So before, look, I have this Mocha things going on.
Before description. I've
Yeah,
never
and
even
it
seen
actually
that.
gives you an option. So I have this Mocha snippets. Let me show you. It's a really nice plugin for what's it called, VS Code. Mocha snippet.
I think you can filter by
Yeah,
installed.
that's what
Yeah,
I
there you
want.
go.
Yeah,
It's right
here it
there.
is. So yeah, it's just a couple of snippets
Nice.
for adding your Mocha hooks. It's really useful. I use it a
Nice.
lot, and it has the option to
Cool.
add the description. So let's do like this is a before hook, and let's do another one that's going to be before each hook. All right. So what we
Cool.
want to do, like when we run this test, right? We don't see the before each anywhere. Like it's not doing anything. Maybe we could add some logs in here. So let's do cy log, so it can actually output something that we can see. Let's do cy log and do this is a before each hook. All right, and I'll just put this away. We don't need this. All right, so we got before all, before
Cool.
each. We got a logs in here, but you can notice that this part is totally left out. It's not anywhere, right? So if I were to put number 1 and 2 in here, our text will be completely gone from like anywhere in our test.
Yep.
But what we can do, since we are running in browser, we can access stuff that's in it, and like the whole code that we have here is actually available in our test, and also and also we can use it. So how do we do that? Well, there's this cy state command. It's not like it's not documented. Even like TypeScript compiler complains about that because it's not inside, not typed in. But we can actually call this state, and let me just add it into. So there's this hook. It almost works the same as before and before each hook, but it's actually an event that's triggered when before Cypress is ran. So you can hook onto that, go Cypress on, and then here are like all of these different events that are triggered. So as the Cypress runs, it just triggers a couple of events. So
Yep.
when a test fails, when a log is added, when something is scrolled, there are many of these, and you can just add
Yep.
something to them. So what we want to do is to do test before run, and what we want to do here is to have that cy state and just console log it out to see what's inside.
So these events, these are documented.
Yes.
The test before run. If you go into the documentation and just look up events or something like that, you'll see it. They can be really handy for logging and as well as for just like capturing test data and like reporting and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's like in the
We should
API section.
We should do a live stream on that.
We should do live stream on
catalog
everything,
events,
Mike.
yep.
But yeah,
Well, what should
here's
we
the
do
catalog
first?
of
You know,
events.
we need some suggestions. So
Yeah,
make sure that if you're watching this live or recorded, please chime in on those kinds of things.
yeah, let's do that.
End to end only. Cool.
Um, I see
Window
some
alert
people
is
complaining
awesome.
about the video quality, especially on Discord. So I tried Discord last time. It was like really not doing that all that well. So I think there should be yeah. Let me just send a link to the folks at Discord so they can take a look. I'm sorry about that. Like I thought the video quality should be good on Discord, but apparently not so much. So let's just copy link and I'll just go to the chat and paste it in here. In case you have a bad quality on Discord, just go ahead and watch it on YouTube. Not many people are in there. We got more on YouTube, so yeah. All right, so yeah, these are the events we are talking about, right? So we got like window alert if you want to test your alerts. That's notorious one, right? Then window load, before unload. Basically, like when you're leaving page, when you're entering page, before everything loads. If your URL changes, there's things you can do with these events. They might be important for you. So so yeah, that's what we are using over here. We just say Cypress on test before run, and there are two commands. There's cy on, which will just be if you want to do something within the test, and then Cypress on, and that's like a global. So that's like for the whole test run, I believe. If not for the whole
Yep.
test run, then at least for the whole spec. So yeah, what we are going to do here is going to console log the cy state. I added the ts ignore to like ignore the squiggly line below the below our test. So let's just arrange my windows a little bit and save that. It's going to refresh everything, hopefully. Is it? Hey, hi, why hasn't it refreshed? Is my watcher going? Found errors. No, found 0 errors. Watching for file changes. Well, are you though? Okay, so now it is refreshed. And do we get anything in our console? Oh yeah, it seems so. Here it is. So this object
Cool.
is basically what the CY state has returned. And we have a suspicion, well actually it's not a suspicion, we know, that these logs from our test, this is a before hook, this is a before each hook, are actually going to be here. And I forgot where it was, but let's search. I think it was in the test attributes, right? So if we take a look into the test,
let's try that.
And
then I think parent or something like that, or CTX.
Oh yeah,
parent.
yeah. It was parent. But I'm curious about that. Okay, so we got the hooks in here. So we got the parent, we got hooks, and look, here's our text. Here we have the title. That's before all hook. This is a before hook, so it's identical to our text here, and this is a before each hook, right? Here it is. Here we can see the text. So since we have it, we can use it. We can just take it and slap it somewhere, like for example in our timeline over here. Now, I'm curious whether is there a better way of accessing that, because it says the parent, and that confuses me. I feel like
what about the top level CTX?
Top level CTX.
Yeah, so like there's a CTX there. No, nope, that's not it.
Nothing in here. We got the document. That's probably like our document that we are opening. We got the promise. Doesn't feel like
runnable.
Runnable has something, but hooks is empty. Commands is not the thing we want. Again, we got parent. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah. I feel like this is something that might be somewhere else, and it's saying this suite, which I cannot find on top level. If I go here, spec window subject test, we don't see the suite anywhere. So I don't know. I feel like I feel like it should be somewhere else, but maybe we can just access it there and worry about that later. Uh, yeah, subjects.
Spec
Okay,
window? What's spec window?
spec window, Mocha, After
No, that's
Edge.
not it.
No, that's like the different functions. That's like the window object. Well, maybe just not. Let's not maybe worry about that too much. It seems like this is kind of the same thing. Yeah, let's just go with the test. We can find the parent later. So let's do test, and then what was it? Parent, and then hooks, and then we have our hooks in here. So what we can do is that we can take those hooks and take out all the titles, because that's what we want, right? So when we call this CY state, we're going to take a look into the test, and then take a look into the, what was it? Parent, and then hooks, right? And this should print out just the hooks into our console. All right, so we got the object, we got the
Nice.
suspect, so that's nice. So what we can do now, and this is a thing which you can do probably with just this CY state because it behaves differently. We can assign it to a variable, right? I believe so.
I think
the const.
state is synchronous,
Yeah.
so you can.
Yeah, so const, let's call it hooks, and add it to here. And just let's.
So just to reiterate, do not do this. Don't store any dot anything.
Yeah, this just worked for the CY
a
state.
const.
I guess that there's a reason why it has this ts ignore. All right, let's save our test. Let's run it again. We got our hooks still here. Good. So the next thing we want to do, we want to just get the hook titles. So let's do const hook titles, and then what we want to do is to take the hooks, and what do we want to do? We want to create a map, or was it?
Yeah,
map?
let's try map, and then
just say hook,
and then hook. Yeah.
And then
we do what? Hook dot h dot title, and then we need to filter that. We should be able to do like a regex replace or something.
Oh, we can worry about that later. Or should we do it in this function? Let's I try to work like iteratively, so let's just console log it out and make sure that we have the hook titles here.
Good idea.
Yeah, okay, so we got the thing we want.
Cool.
And now it's time for ChatGPT to enter the chat, right? Because we want regular expression.
I love it.
Is that what we want?
I think if we're gonna be really lazy,
that's
I
not
think
lazy. That's effective.
We want to be really effective.
Yeah.
And we don't.
So hey, so I got this string. Write me a regex that would replay that would
remove
give me
right?
the following result. Okay, I'm doing a lot of typos.
That's okay. ChatGPT will deal with the typos, right?
And I just want to.
It'll figure it out.
This is a before hook. Actually, let's put the whole array in there, so it can. Can I just? What do I do with this? Can I copy it like this?
Well, no, because then it's gonna have to do the map as well. All right, sure. And then you have to give it the result of the array.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Let's just follow. I got these texts, and I'll just do it like this: one text over here, and then one text over here, and then just do triple slash triple here and give me the following result. This is a before hook, this is a before each hook. Good.
In an array.
Oh, okay, that's pretty simple. So this is a before each hook. That's
Cool.
that's no
Yep.
good. No. That's not a good result. Because I want to
Why?
Because it is targeting the text. So in here, the desired output is like this is a before or before each hook. So it's actually targeting those things. We need to give it like more examples because he focused on the part that was like most common.
Yep.
And in here, I think it did the same, pretty much the same. So that's no good. Okay, so let's
So what if we-
reiterate. What if we go ahead and do something like this? Let's say we have these strings, and I'll just add, and I'll do before all. Paste it here, before each. Paste it here and just change this. Just do whatever in here and then just do whatever in here. And the result I want will be this, right? The result I want is this. Just do like this, and then those two texts. So delete this part, delete this part, and let the AI do its magic. You can use Python. Oh shoot, I forgot to say it's in JavaScript. Okay, it's doing something. Not sure if that's translatable because I don't know Python. And it gives me a explanation, which is nice. But I have to be honest. Like me reading that is not a thing that happens too often.
Say convert that to JavaScript.
Do the same, but for JS. Sure, that's how polite. And look, he put it on the in the array. So we got the pattern. Look, we got it actually mapped the output. So cool. Regular expression is the same as we used in Python code. We use array map. All right, that's nice. The resulting array. So I'm curious about what is this. Regular expression is the same. Okay, so it explained it actually. Regular expression matches any characters at the beginning of the string, followed by a colon and one more whitespace character. Okay, that's
I love that.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
I mean,
so it didn't try to go for the text. It was smart enough to say, okay, it's whatever's after the colon because it saw that as a pattern.
Yeah,
and
so
I think that's legit.
That's we'll test that. Let's test that. I really want to do that because
what if there's a colon? What if there's a colon and a space somewhere else?
That's true. That's a good point. So let's add the pattern and let's test it. So we got return title and we want to match the pattern. So let's do match pattern, and then for some reason number 1. I guess this returns an array and the first result is something like empty or something like that. Oh, this is getting complicated. Hook titles. Let's see what we get. This is a before hook. This is a before each hook. That's nice. This looks nice. Let's take a look into the after each hooks. So let's do after and after each. So let's do after each. Save that. See what we have. All right, so this looks nice. This is a before each hook. This is okay. Let's see if we, what was it? If we add a...
Let's put a colon and a space in one of the
colon and a
before hooks or
space.
after hooks. Yeah.
Let's do that. Save that. It handles that pretty well. I think
Oh, good.
what it does, it
Because
just
it's the
like
first one.
matches. Yeah, if it's the first one. So I think we can safely rely on that.
Cool.
Maybe I would consider like not matching everything, but actually put the pattern, like the pipe pattern we got the first time, where we would something similar to this before each before, and like catch all the, because we only got 4 options, like before each, after each. So maybe we could put
Yeah.
it in that, but let's just leave it like this for for now, and we'll see where we'll get. All right, so we got the texts we want. That's great. Now what we want to do, the next, is basically enter this UI, this part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what we need to do is to inspect the element and then find the correct selector, so we can actually find the element. So we got hook name before all, then we got before each. Let's actually target that. So that would be, what would that be? Well, let me make it bigger so it's like easier to read. Okay, so we got the before each, hook name before each. Okay, and then we got after and after each. Is this actually going to be a hook name? Yeah, that's body, and that's after each. Okay, and then we get after
So
all.
hook name.
So we want to
Cool.
hook the hook name, but you know what? Like we tried this yesterday, but we were only dealing with before each, I believe. So the big question now is, how do we make sure that we match the correct text to the correct hook, right? Because we got 4 of them here, and we got just basically just an anonymous array with a couple of texts, and we want to match that and put it in here, like right next to before all, or below that, or I don't know where.
We also want to make sure that if we have multiple before eaches, that it puts it in the right one, right?
Yep.
Like we can't just find the first set. Well,
We
although
can,
if we're
'cause they're
looking for
orders.
all, if we're looking for all the hook names, then it really doesn't matter about where you place it, as long as the array of hook names matches the array of hook.
Yeah, and
element,
it will
so
match
it's
them
fine.
because CY state is going to just take them all in the right order. At least I think we can assume that.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. So what we want to do, and again, I'm going to pull out the cheat sheet over here.
Oh, wait, sorry. I want to interrupt. There's
Okay.
also, what if there is a global before each, right? Because what we're accessing is the parent suite. And if it's a global, does it automatically get pulled into that suite? Or is it do you know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah, but I
I'm
believe
probably going too far, but
that will be okay. It would still be part of this test. So let's do a global before and just put a, oh, we want the text, so let's do the hello, or let's just call it global.
Yeah. Global,
And then do I do something? I'll put a log in here, global. If I save that, take a look into my console. Oh, object before all hook before, wait, run it again just to be sure. Well, now it's not doing anything. So if you
Well,
rerun
because
that,
the
it's not showing.
Wait.
Wait, what's going on?
Well,
Before. So we got the global in here, and we are running the test, and we don't get. Well, maybe it's because I am a moron.
console log.
Yeah, that might, like there are these problems that are sometimes like between the monitor and chair, and you can't really debug those. Okay, so this this gives us the proper result. We got the global
Awesome.
before everything is going fine. All right.
Cool.
Okay, so what I did with my xhr command, I needed to do a little hack in order to make sure that if a xhr request appears, I can like hide it immediately. So I would use another hook that goes something like this. So Cypress on, and there's log added. So anytime there's anything appears in here, we add this event is triggered. So the goal here is to take these hook titles and then just add them, and then just run a function that will add them to their proper place every time every time a log is added. So that's going to be firing quite a lot during test, probably a couple of times. But I mean, the event is firing anyway. We can deal with like a conditional on when we should call a function or not later. But basically, let's just do log and just console log this log. Wait, actually, do we need to do that? Yeah, so here are like all the logs for every command. But what we really want to do is to target those hook elements and then just add the text inside them. So the way to do that, what we can do is to add this, use jQuery that's already in Cypress. So we can target the element that we want. So where would we find that? Okay, and the way we do that is by doing something like this. So this is a trick I learned from Mark Noonan when he was creating this light mode plugin. So with version 10, this side panel got dark to like separate your tests from your application. But some people didn't like that, and Mark wanted to create a light theme for this. And he would do this. He would target the unified reporter element, which is like the reporter that's over here. And the second argument of this jQuery function, so this jQuery is basically the same thing as get minus the retriability. But it's basically targets an element. And the second argument is basically telling, all right, but like which frame of all the frames we have in our browser should we target? Because as you may or may not know, yeah, we have like a couple of contexts in our browser when we are running Cypress. So we got the test project, that's our application, the one we are testing, and then we got the spec. So when we are triggering any Cypress commands, what we need to do is to climb up to the top and then target elements from there. So basically that's what we are doing over here by this argument. So let's just look for the reporter in here. And from this moment on, what we can do is to target the hook element. So we want to target all of the before and before each hooks. So let's just inspect these. And what do they have in common, actually?
It was that hook, wasn't it? Like hook name class.
In the class, but that would also be true for the test body, right? It also has class of
Oh, it
hook
would.
name. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to
Okay.
target only those before each, and after. And actually, before and
Yep.
before all have the same class. So we got hook name before, and then a class all, and then before each would have a hook name, like it has a data CY attribute actually. Hook name before,
Yeah.
and then class each. And I believe same goes for the after and after each, right? So let's do after. Hook name after, yep. And then class each, and then after all, hook name after, and class all. So we can target those. So let's target those. Let's do find, and we'll target them all. So data cy equals hook name before, and then this is something that we shown last time, right? If you want to target multiple elements and you have a query selector, like selecting by CSS, right? You can just do comma and then target another selector, and it's going to like target both. So hook name after. And we don't need to do the after each and after all, because this is going to work for both
Yeah.
after and before. So, okay, so what do we do next? We want to change.
Is there a way to do it like with like regex where you can say like before or after kind of thing?
Who?
No, never mind. That's
I think you
do
can.
you know,
Yeah, I think you can, but like if there was a simple way to do
it's not
that,
complicated.
yeah, it's probably not that complicated. I know that you can. Well, actually, I don't know. Hey, you know what? Let's try that. W3 selectors. That's the documentation you want to look for. Oh gosh, we were in like the, yeah, whatever. Okay, W3 selectors. So we got value, and we got the attribute value, and you have like a with the attribute containing the word flower. So could we do something with that? Hook name before, after, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do, so this thing with the lang attribute equal to en or starting with en. I don't think you can do if or. Doesn't look that way. Everything that ends with PDF, everything that starts with or has a substring, I don't think you can do like if else.
Well, why are we
or like a pipe.
why bother with W3 schools when we have ChatGPT?
Good question. You know what? I'm not going to bother at all. This is good for me, Mike. It's two selector. Come on.
It's good for me too.
All right. So we got like all selectors, and we're going to select all of those selectors every time we add a log. So that's good. And what we want to do is we want to like change the inner. What we want to do?
Inner text, right?
Yeah, but we actually like this is going to return an array of elements, so we need to target the last. And by the way, if you see a similarity with Cypress, that's because Cypress is using all these commands.
Why do we, sorry, I'm confused. Why are we doing last?
I don't know. Forgot. I thought we need to do that because it's going to like target. So it's going to target all elements. When it's running on the first command, it's going to find just one. And then it's going to fire the second command or whatever, and it's going to run again. I guess we need to make sure that we target.
Can you console log that out so that I can? I might understand it better.
Console log. Oh, I guess I was no. I actually remembered now. Oh, it's not finding any elements, so we're not we're not even targeting the right element. That's no good.
Oh, wait a
Oh
second.
wait, yeah, I just realized. I just realized as well because I was treating those data CY like classes, but they're not classes. They're actually the data CY names. Look, it's hooked before all. So yeah, like I looked into that and I thought like, hey, this is a class. It's not a class. It's the attribute of the value of the data CY attribute. So we could use the
Yeah.
W3 schools, whatever, but let's just write it. Let's do before all. We can optimize that later. So all, each, and then do the same for after all and after each.
Yep.
All right, so let's save that. Is this going to return anything? No, because it's thrown an error. Log error to unrecognized expression. I must have made a typo before all. Wait, data CY before each. Hook name after data CY hook name. After all. What's going on?
When you have a space, I wonder if maybe you need to wrap them in double quotes.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So let's do that. Yeah, I think I dealt with this in the past. If you have a space, you need to do this. All right, this seems to be working. And now look, we got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So that's good. That's good. We got the
Why
we
isn't
got
it
the
showing
elements.
an array? Is this
Because we are using jQuery, so whenever you are using jQuery, it's going to like wrap the element in. It's going to become a jQuery element or whatever.
so? Oh, no. I okay, never mind. It's it is an array, but it's doing it multiple times, not for each one, but for each time the
Oh yeah, yeah,
log is
yeah.
added. That's
Everything
why.
is array here. So it's
Yep.
multiple arrays actually.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So now what we
So
want to do is we want to hook
and it's last
this.
because it's the last log added.
Yep.
Is that kind of
Exactly.
what you mean by that? Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe we could just target like the
Mm,
last element to add, but it's stupid. Let's just hook these titles to this selector every time we add a log. I think we can
yep.
optimize later, but this is going to be just super easy. So what we want to do is to just call it
Map
const
that, right?
elements, and then I think we just run a uh, for each hook. So like elements for each. Oh wait, I cannot do for each on the.
It's dot each. So one thing that I would
Oh, that each.
um
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, one thing that I would recommend here is to put a $ before elements, because
Okay.
what that does is it basically is like a way to say this is a jQuery that we're dealing with. So that way you're using jQuery methods on it. And
Yep.
then if you unwrap it, then you can take that if you unwrap it and then you can take that off of
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay.
now this each
So
function. So this is the weird one, remember? Because on the each function, the first argument is the index number,
right
and the second
is the
argument
index,
is
yeah.
the element. So that's like that's a way to throw you off. So I don't
Yeah.
know who did the each first, whether it was JavaScript or jQuery. But yeah, let's do the. So the first one was index. The second one is element. So let's just do L. Oh wait, I need to wrap this in.
Assuming that that's is that a jQuery element?
Yes, yes,
in
because we're
the
iterating over each of the elements, so it's going to be a jQuery
yeah.
element. I'm following your advice here. So, and
Yep.
for every element, we want to add the inner text, and that inner text will be hook titles, and then the number, that would be I.
Yeah.
All right, and there we have it. Bang.
Oh, I think
Okay.
you might need to do a map.
No, I don't think I need to do a map. I think this is fine.
Oh,
But
we
the
need to
thing,
not add it
we did it a
every
couple of
time,
times. Yeah, we did it
each
every
time.
time. So
Yeah.
what we need to
Okay.
do, like we could do this, and then just this is going to say global. This is a before hook. This is a before each hook. So this is nice, but we're deleting like the text that was there before. So right now in our spec, we have before. This is before each hook. This is before hook. Now the problem might be, what if I'm going to do a before that has no name? How is that going to work? Oh, look. Cannot read
Yeah.
properties of null. Hook titles map, match pattern. Yeah, it's not going to match anything because we
Yeah.
don't have a text. So that's a case we need to cover.
Mm.
Let's just put a pin in that and be happy about this.
So I'm wondering, so remember how we took out that text, the before hook text? What if we not take that out so that way it stays there? Do you know what I mean? Like, because what we were taking out, I think matches the, no, not quite. It doesn't quite match it.
No, I don't think it matches. Like we can try it without this. So let's just, the way I like to do it is just copy the line, just the return
Yep.
title,
Yep.
and then run it.
Before,
This
I
is,
hate the way that looks.
yeah, this is not the best one. Plus, we lost the numbering. You know, like it numbers the hooks. Not sure if
Right.
that's important, but if we do and I want to see the
Well,
behavior here. So this is not going to crash, but it's not going to assign those elements properly. Look, the before became.
what if it's
Wait, no, this is before. No, no. Hey, it has assigned it properly. Oh, cool. Cool, okay.
okay? How
Because
is
we
this
have the
work? How is
global,
that
we have the
working?
no name, we have the. I guess when we take all of the hooks, we got the anonymous hook there as well. So it is going to become a part of our array, but the text of that will be just before all hook.
Uh, so
Curious
okay.
about the number that's like added in there. Okay,
So
let me just.
rather than mess with what's already there, what if we were to create a new element within it?
That's a great approach. I love that. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. But we're going to have to deal with the pattern because we need to put a condition there to like catch
Yeah,
a
put a
case
condition.
when we
Yep.
have no element at all. So yeah, inner
Yep.
text. Let's do inner HTML, and then what should we do? Should we do like backticks, and then add a span in there?
Yeah.
I think that could work. We need to wrap this right in this thing.
Hopefully there's no.
Oh look, it seems to be working. Before each hook, this is a before each hook. Yeah, let's let's just hide these anonymous things so we can be happy for a moment about the fact we were able to regex our way out of the. How did I forget? Oh yeah, I
Okay, so
forgot
now
to
we
save
need
it.
that condition.
Okay, global. This is a before hook. Wait, where did our texts go? Did I move too
What?
fast? Did I? Oh, inner HTML. Ooh, wait. How do I?
What
Oh,
text are we looking for that's not there?
we have,
We
well,
have what we
basically the inner HTML is the text, and now we are adding the the span in there. So we need to make sure that we grab the text, wait, or do something that, we are, before we were rewriting the inner text, and these elements that we targeted would just have text inside them, no additional elements. So we changed the inner text and put our own inside. And now we have basically done the same thing, because since there was nothing inside and we added a element in there, then we caused the problem. I don't think this is going to work.
so
This is going to just add a bunch of elements in there. Yeah. So
well,
this is going to keep our text,
right.
but it's not going to
Well, here's
do.
what I'm thinking though.
Okay.
Here's what I'm thinking is that it's easier to see if an element has another element inside of it as opposed to searching the text to see if the text that we're inserting is already there, if that makes sense.
Oh gosh.
So what I'm thinking is, what if we do a conditional to say if this element contains the span, and we can give it a class, right? If it contains you know, or we could just say if it contains the span, whatever. If
Oh,
it contains
okay.
a
Yeah, yeah.
span,
Oh,
if it doesn't contain a span, then do this. If not, yeah, right?
we can
So
do it
like it
in.
only adds that in
We could
if
do it.
it doesn't already exist.
You know what? We could do it in two steps. Like for each of those elements, we could add a span, and then change just the text of that newly created uh, text. So we would wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Let's do what you said. I forgot what it was.
So for each element, we have to
Okay.
see if it has there's a method for it. It's like it would be like $L dot has something. Just try has child nodes. I think it's that one.
Okay.
No, it's not that one because you won't be able to specify. So you'd have to do element and then search it for span and then dot length.
Oh
So you'd have
gosh.
to,
Okay.
right? So it would be
Find? No.
yeah, I think you could just do element dot.
It doesn't provide me with that,
Yeah.
so I feel it's
Or,
not it's not
or do uh use the same context approach that you used for the Unify reporter. So the context would be L and the search would be span. So
Oh, okay, so like do
dollar
the
sign,
$sign
yep, and then span,
pen.
and then the context would be the element. I think you can do that.
Okay.
Try that.
So let's
Maybe
yeah, okay.
console log that out. See if
Yeah,
that's
console log. Okay, so it sometimes finds an
which one
element,
is.
sometimes it doesn't. This seems
Yeah,
like that's
because
what
that's
we
what we want.
want.
We want
Yeah.
it. So what is it though that it's finding?
Oh, it's finding the span element, so that's good.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. So now it's dot length, right?
Dot length. All right.
Right.
So
So if you could do not dot length or something,
I think
right?
that should work. Then we're
And
going to add it.
then
But we're
yeah,
still
try
rewriting
that.
the text of the of the hook.
Okay, so then we need to add it to that element, not replace it with that element. I know there's a
Oh,
I know
okay.
there's a jQuery method for that. Like append or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Like, what would that child be? I guess we need to do that. Like, this is not going to work. We want to create
Uh,
element. So document create element, and that's going to be span. And then what's the const title? And then do title inner HTML. It's going to be this, and then we append child title. I think this is the way to
nice.
do that. That was clever. After all,
All right.
yeah, we got it. We got it. It
Yeah.
needs a little bit of
Cool.
polishing, but we're there. We're there.
Yeah. We just need a space, right?
Should we do a line break? Oh, that actually doesn't work.
It doesn't even apply it.
Yeah.
What about just a break, an HTML break? Does that matter? I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, but it's not an improvement.
No, it's not.
Yeah, let's leave the cosmetics aside. We can deal with that later.
I love it.
But
I love
it's
it.
here. It's here. Should we like add? Yeah, I just said let's leave it aside. It's
Ship it.
doing a little bit of jumping in here. Like we could definitely add some style into that. Like make it bold or something, or just put it like really put it below and just do something with that. But yeah, we
Yeah.
achieved the goal. We have the text where we want it to be. It seems to be working. And how have we achieved that? Like we are okay. We have still like doing the regex thing. So we need to. We're all good here, but we need to deal with this stuff because this is going to break it. This is not working properly. We have hook titles, and if it's not going to find anything, basically like this is where it breaks.
Yeah.
So what do we do that? Like, can we do like conditional thing here? That doesn't work. No. Match pattern.
Well, so first we need to see. Okay, so it would be within the map. So within the map, you just say if h dot title.
Okay, let's do that.
Right.
Title. If sorry. Then what we are going to return that. Let's wait. Let's do it like this. Like let's break it down a little bit. So we're going to say const matched title. Oops. And that's going to equal these rejects.
No, because if we don't have
it,
the conditional, it's going to fail. No, because you have to first see if h dot title exists.
I mean the title exists. Remember, like when we removed that
Oh.
pattern, it had no problem with that. The title exists at all times. The problem was that when we did the match and we matched the pattern, we were expecting there to be an array, and we were targeting the first element.
Oh, it's the I see.
That's what was breaking for us.
Gotcha.
So I think if
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a
if we
minute. Can you use a conditional operator on that, like question mark?
That's what I tried. It didn't work.
Oh, that didn't work. Okay.
Like it was throwing
So-
errors. Like when I did this, it just put a error in here. So that doesn't seem to work. So I would say maybe like return match title 1. So if we actually have something, if it finds something, then we Like I don't know what's number 0 actually in this case. Uh, let's see if it works. Nope, doesn't work. Reading length, nothing. So maybe not take a look at length. That seems to be working. But we have undefined here.
Okay, so then let's just return an empty string.
Yeah. Like this, I think this should work. No, sorry, doesn't work.
No. It's like if that then outside of the if, right?
Yeah, well, actually, we can just put a ternary here. So let's do return matched title. And if we have one, then do match title 1. And if we don't, just return empty string. Will that work? It seems to be working. Yeah, we got global, we got to before all without a name, we got named, we got test body.
Well,
We did it.
that's
It's working.
awesome.
We built the plugin.
Cool. That's awesome. Let's put a space on the end of it. Like if you wrap match title in a template and then put a right?
Like this. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
No, with match title. Oh, I guess you could do it that way too.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. We put a space
Cool.
before, we put a space after. That seems to be working. Yeah, all right. So we got a plugin.
Nice. Love it.
Well, now we need to publish that. Hey, what's going on here? Cannot declare block scoped variable. Okay, so just some TypeScript crap. Okay, let's take a look at the dist. I want to see what it has spit out. Yeah, all right, it looks nice. Okay,
cool.
That's our spaghetti right here. Let's do some annotations. So target all hooks in timeline. Add hook titles to every hook in timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And then create a span element if we have a title. That's pretty much what it is doing. Yeah, so if we don't have a span, create a span element if we have a title. Well, it's if we haven't yet created one. That's what we are doing, right? Yeah, we do the title, error, etc. Yeah, that seems to be good. Okay, we got it. And let's annotate this as well. So I'm going to, we got the TS ignore. Let's put a comment above that. Find all Mocha hooks, and then extract all hooks titles. And then let's add a comment here. Return empty string for anonymous hooks. Yeah, I think if anyone wants to update this, they should be able to find their way around. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say, maybe if not for this stream, because we're at an hour and a half. Maybe in a future stream we can, and if you're watching this live or recorded, leave a comment. But like what if we create a PR, in live stream? Like, what's the process of doing that? If somebody wanted to contribute to one of your plugins, what would be the process to do that? And what's the process that you go through, after
Yeah.
that? I think it's pretty easy, and I think it'll be good to show, how easy it is to contribute.
Yeah, I mean it is fairly easy. It's like for now what we can do is I don't think we can, or should we go through the whole publishing thing? Because there are two things actually. There are two processes that in order to have a plugin published you need to do, and one bonus one. So the first one is like push it to GitHub, right? And it's on GitHub. But then you need to add that to the npm repository, or like the npm registry. That's another thing. And after you do that, then as a bonus, you can add your plugin into what's it called, Cypress docs, right, in the
Yep.
plugins list. So I think
Yep.
that would be a good way to proceed.
Cool.
So yeah,
You want to try it? You want to go through that, or
we
are we
can
are
go
we out
through
of
that.
time?
Like I probably will do a little bit of copy pasta here, uh, to just yeah to just do things. So I have this package which will generate a license. So let's do gen license ISC. Wait, not working. What's going on? Npx gen. No, wait. Why is gen not available? Like I had that globally installed. Npm install gen. Ah, gosh. You know what? Let me just copy that from another project. And then we need a README file. So we can do that. Let's do a README so everyone knows what they should do. I just recently saw like this nice README generator, which would have like all the parts that README should have. I'll just copy that from my last plugin and do Cypress Mocha hooks titles, and then like I have these things over here which I usually put like sponsor button and stuff like that. Then align center, display your Mocha, your before each, after, and after each, titles in Cypress timeline. Yeah, should we add a image in there so people can see that? Let's do, we should do a nice image for this. Let's just go okay. Should we just do emojis in here?
Sure. Why not?
Wait, will the hook trigger if I don't have any command in there? No, it will not. Oh, wait, it will. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, I found a bug. Look at that. Look at this.
What?
So if you don't put anything in there, okay, put a emoji in before and before each. So if you don't put anything in there, it's still going to find those texts, but it's just not going to assign them to the proper thing, because if you don't have anything, it's just not going to be displayed on the timeline. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Like, I would honestly just add an issue.
Are that's fine. Are yeah, I would say even like I would say even the putting together the screenshot and stuff like that. Maybe we can do in another
Yeah.
as another thing as a PR.
Honestly, I think
Um,
the process is a little bit lengthy to get everything going.
yeah. Okay.
So maybe we could like leave it to another part because we've been going on for quite a long time, and
Yep.
it's honestly I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, we can publish that. By the way, so anyone watching this, like, do not. I don't want to like leave it all like this when we like. I don't want to say we finished before the climax, but we didn't publish it, right? And it's a process on its own. What I would recommend if you want to take a look into that, uh, my first plugin, the way I have worked with my first plugin was that again, who else? Almighty Gleb has actually a npm plugin blog post. How I publish to npm and how to publish Cypress
Mm-hmm.
command on npm, or automatically
Yep.
publish blah blah blah. These blogs are
Cool.
basically what will tell you all the information you need. So there's like this semantic release thing, which is like really useful to keep the change log and to keep your versioning nicely. So this blog is all about that and how to release everything. Plus, if you do a little bit of googling, then that's going to help as well. And then here's like a Cypress guide on how to publish a Cypress command. So Gleb creates this
Cool.
get by label and adds a bunch of stuff in here and then goes through the whole process of publishing. You have these tokens you need to deal with, etc. But it's really nice step-by-step guide on how to work with that. And then the third one, I don't think I saw, like the automatic publish. Yeah, that's something else. But if you need some more inspiration, you can take a look also into my repository. Like I have, wait, what do we have here? How to start? Ooh, I haven't worked on my plugins for some time. So for example, this plugin steps, you can take a look into like what's going on here. Like all the versioning and changelog and everything that's hooked into some other stuff, plus some pre-commit hooks. So I do some lint checks before I publish and stuff like that. We could really go deep into, but we probably shouldn't today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. So we've been successfully ignoring our chat today. Sorry about that. It wasn't very active for the
Sorry.
most time, but there was a question about like for TypeScript, what's like better for whether going for VS Code or WebStorm. I think anyone who uses WebStorm would swear by the tool, and I'm not a WebStorm convert yet, so I'm still using VS Code. I'm very satisfied with that. So yeah, and we got to respond in chat that VS Code is free, so like you can start using that. WebStorm, I believe you need to pay for that. So I think like they're both pretty much the same, so you don't need to worry too much about that. But yeah, if you want to start somewhere, I would also recommend going for VS Code.
Yep.
Alrighty. So yeah, I guess that's it. Well, thanks, Mike.
That was fun.
This was a lot of fun today. Solving
Yeah.
problems together. I think this was one of the streams I really enjoyed. So hopefully you did as well. The audience.
Oh yeah.
And the audience as well. And yeah, see you next time.
Cool. See ya.
Bye, everyone.